welcome to another episode of the Talk Podcast with Kings. I remain your host, Mr. Kingsley. Today's episode is going to be directed towards addressing the case of child trafficking. And you'll be watching the video about a young girl who was rescued from child trafficking. Probably this girl was given out to a helper, presumably, who wanted to give her life a meaning. And instead of doing so, took the child away from the parents and forced her into the world of prostitution. But as God will have it, she was rescued by a good Samaritan. Now let's take a listen to this video. And when we return, we'll dissect it further.
Okay, Igbo mere ụzọ m ụzọ ekele m nụ. Ekele m everybody. Onye ọbụla nwetere this video. I'm ekele onye ọbụla. Ekele Chineke na amara ya n'ebe anyị nọ. Biko mme ka unu mata na ya obere nwa na-efe taa June 26, 2025. So being yesterday ka m fere ya n'abalị yesterday. So abalị yesterday ahụ wee je lodgere ya hotel n'ebe ọ rahụrụ. So n'ụtụtụ ka m je kpọfụta nsị ka m mee this video. Can we locate a bossy? Also, no, be a Borea na Nigeria. Na Nigeria, even free of Ghana here. Also, no, be a Borea na Nigeria. No, Sinaga, Ebaga, no wake with Sanakoyo Goma. So, go to Tezreba name is introduced Koje Bawa Show. So, Bona, Obihena Dabarahana, Owebafu out. Now, Obuzo Genam with the comfrey and aside them, and I buy a question anchor, a bossy. Mwom gaji ya urani ya weku ebos and afa na ya. So I'm not like it everything because according to her, not na Imo State. Not like this video got viral na the whole group in Imo State. The whole group in Imo State can we locate ebonyasi. Nebiko case no bafagi. Case no bafagi. Kuso kwike. Kafanage. Chidebere, Kesa this in Imo State.
Mbaise.
It's Mbaise. Kesa don Mbaise. Ezudo. Kesa don Ezudo. Umekurede. Nezudo. Okay. Una nugo ebos na asi. Telephone number mo +233 55 36 73 008. Kung ke look to Saramiha. Every group of Imo State, Kamare Bonyase, Marotoge Sweru, Parents Yaka, Bikon Nayon.
Now, from this video, for those of you who don't understand Igbo, the girl was being interrogated by the man, and from the interrogation, she said her name is Chidindo, and her father's name is Chidebere. She is from Imo State, that is the village of Umukurede, in Ezudo community of Mbaise local government area of Imo State. Now, she was given out by her parents to a helper, an angel in the form of a helper, who wanted to give her a meaningful life, presumably. And this helper took her away from her parents in Nigeria to Ghana. But instead of helping her, getting her a paid job, as this helper promised, the helper forced her into the world of prostitution. But probably owing to the home training of the girl, what she was being forced to do goes against every grain of moral training that she had been given. She took to the streets. She ran away from the shelter given to her, where she was forced to join the world of prostitution. And as God will have it, she ran into a Samaritan who happens to be an Igbo man, and upon close interrogation, he saw that truly she is in need of help, as she was running away from being forced into prostitution. He lodged her in a hotel, and the following morning, being on the 26th of June, he made a video of her with the intent of this video going viral and reaching her relatives and even her parents, as well as authorities concerned. Now, you see, I've said it severally about this issue of giving out one's child to a relation or a relative or even a close family friend. I've always insisted that A parent has an entitlement as a matter of responsibility to train his or her child. But if there's any need, if there's any need for a parent to give away the child, there must be it's important for a parent to keep tabs on that child. Don't just give away your child and you relax thinking that all is well because an angel in the form of a benefactor in human form dangle the carrot of opportunity before you and you throw away every grain of reason. You throw away caution to the wind and every grain of common sense flies out. That is very poor. You put the child in harm's way. I've always insisted that if there is a reason, if there is need at any point in time to give a child away for better life, to be taken care of by another person other than you, then you should keep tab on that child by visitation or even a relative, another relative who should give you reports about the child's upbringing or the child's welfare. Don't just give your child away and relax. Now look at the parents who gave the child away to somebody. I'm sure that person must be a relation close to them. And this child was taken to Ghana with the hope of giving the child a paid job, but only to be forced into the world of prostitution. If not for the fact that the child had a very strong moral foundation, and the child couldn't do that, she had to run to the street and got shelter there, and got help there rather, what would have been the fate of this child? Her future should have been totally destroyed, and that is not good. Now this child is just one case of several unfortunate cases of young and underage teenagers forced into child trafficking, either forced labor, prostitution, armed robbery, vices on the street, to mention but a few. I hope for the sake of this child that this video goes viral, reaching her parents' relation or even the necessary authorities. Now the man called out the number in the course of interrogating the girl so that those concerned can reach out to him and help facilitate this girl coming back home. The number is being shown on the screen. Please do well to call if you know this girl or you're a relation of this girl. Once again, this girl, her name is Chidindu, and she is from Imo State, Umukweredu village of Ezudo community in Eziniti, Mbaise local government area. We have to be very, very careful. The world is becoming wicked and evil by the day. We don't just give out. Go with the days when you give your child out with closed eyes and know that your child is being well treated. The world is very wicked. Even close family relations and close friends have done more harm than good. These are the wolves in sheep clothing, and we can't afford to be careless with our child. Please, if you have a child, do well to train your child. But if there's ever need to give your child out, for God's sake, put a tab on that child. In this case, I know the child I've gone with was sent to Ghana, yes, away from Nigeria. The parents obviously cannot shuttle down to Ghana like that. But then, before you give a child, ensure that other than the person giving help to your child, there's another relation or resident in that area you can call to check on the child's welfare. Now, you can see this girl in question being forced into the world of prostitution by somebody who supposedly ought to have helped her or promised to help her. Now, let me ask some questions. For those forcing young and teenagers into the world of prostitution or into child trafficking, will you be happy if such is done to your children? Would you, as a person, as a parent, do that to your children? Or let's assume, if you were a child, would you be happy if you were forced into the world of prostitution? It's about time we start allowing our conscience speak for us, because I know we're in an age where conscience is dead and material acquisition ranks in our priority. We're in an age where morality has been thrown to the wind and is get rich by all means. And that's the reason our society is what it is today. That's the reason Nigeria is deteriorating. That's the reason Nigeria and Nigerians are going bankrupt, starting from the political class down to the elites. And we need to change. It's about time we changed. Ironically enough, these children are usually from disadvantageous and poor homes. They're usually from disadvantageous and poor homes. And that's the reason every parent must struggle to give the child the best life they can. It's very important. It's very important to reduce the case of child abuse and trafficking. I'd rather cutting up what are your thoughts on this issue of child trafficking? Go to the comment section and let's have the conversation today. Do well to like, share, and comment. On my Facebook page, The Kings. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel using the handle @Kingsley. Stay engaged, stay informed, keep questioning. Meet you in my next episode. Until then, I remain your host, Kingsley.